Theater is an arts research laboratory. This means that we experiment with practice as research, and we allow the process of learning a choreographer's work to guide our questions.
Besides being a performance-based troupe, it's also a research-based initiative, so it brings in different choreographers and they do a residency here.
The students reflect on the experience, the work, and the process on an online blog during the semester.
The research component of it too, the blog posts, has also been a way to think about how we embody this rather than just doing it and forgetting about it as soon as we leave the studio.
The semester 2013 project began with Reggie Wilson and his dancers from his company Fist and Heel Performance Group. He came in mid-January to begin the process of teaching the students excerpts of his choreography.
I think there were a couple things that I really wanted to share about my work with the Yale Dance Theater dancers. I wanted them to get a sense of the arc of the history of the work. I wanted them to get a stronger sense of the different ways that their bodies could move, including ways that were familiar to them and ways that were very foreign to them.
There are a lot of physics involved in executing Reggie's choreography, learning how to really fall if there is a weight shift, not simply to mimic a weight shift.
Stylistically, it feels like, at least for me, it felt like Reggie throws a lot of different styles at us, and how do we attend to each one of those fully?
We present work with Yale Dance Theater in a lecture demonstration format, which means that the audience gets to see plenty of dancing, and they also get to learn a little bit about how that choreography is put together.
When we jump and turn, we go clockwise the first 2 times, first from back to front, then front to back, then counterclockwise the second 2 times. So you have to be, as you're preparing to jump, you have to have in mind too, besides just like, I'm jumping now, you need to know where you're going.
Having the Yale Dance Theater dancers interacting with us as well as being reflective and writing about it made for a multi-layered interaction.
In the second half of the project, we will work with 2 dancers from the Akram dance company, Yulia Abale-Faro from Spain and Youngjun Kim from Korea.
We taught many times Akram Company, but it's the first time that we are teaching Akram Company in a university. For professional dancers, also it's a very hard material to get, and I'm so surprised about the focus that there is in the class and how much willing there is. So I'm very, very happy.
After 1 week, we also realized they are so good in rhythms, and they are really focusing to learn something, and they really willing to do something, and that was like, okay, let's do that. That makes us like, okay, we can make it. We can make it with this student. They are so into that. So yeah, we are quite impressed. 5, 6, 7, 8.
You can't quite see it in the studio. And then the first performance, you see all the work, the hard work that's gone into it, culminate. And then the second performance, it transformed, it was magic.
YDT has actually been hugely influential as part of my Yale experience, just because it's united practice and theory, and since I studied art history, I initially came to Yale thinking I wouldn't necessarily look at dance critically, I might do it for fun, but I wasn't thinking that, I would be actually incorporating it into my studies, when in fact, thanks to both YDT and the dance studies curriculum through the theater studies department, I've been able to do just that.
Meeting students from all other areas of the university. I'm the only law student, and I'm working with undergraduates and other grad students. It's really nice to unite those different disciplines. Everyone has a different academic interest, but we all have this common artistic interest in dance.
As someone who's looking to join the dance world,
being able to work with the people face to face is something incredible. I never really would have thought coming to Yale that I'd be able to study choreographers' work so closely and from such a broad range.
Dance reminds me how much joy there is in me, and apparently there's a lot. And to also have this community of dancers who are really dedicated and really talented has made me feel at home in a way that I could not feel without dance, without Yale Dance Theater in particular.